Welcome once again to the Biz Live podcast. We're recording from UNR Extension Studios. We're part of the Small Business Education Program here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. And we're grateful to have Carlos Gomez here with us with the Latin Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Carlos, for being here with us today. And today we have Nayeli with us from the Poll Agency, and we're going to be talking about a topic you might not have heard of. It's called experiential marketing. So as we started off, Nayeli, you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll start talking about experiential marketing.
Yes, thank you so much, Mike, for having me here today and for the opportunity. My name's Nayeli Camacho, and I am here with the Poll Agency. Let me tell you guys a little bit about me and my experience and my background. So I started in experiential marketing as a brand ambassador in Street Team myself, actually back in 2013, 2014.
Okay.
Where I started working for an agency in experiential marketing. Soon after that, I was able to move as a campaign supervisor. Then I was able to start strategizing campaigns, and then that's what has really gotten me so passionate about experiential marketing.
Okay.
And now I was able to just start my business as the Poll Agency.
Awesome.
So that's a little bit about my background and where everything started, and now we're here.
Very good. And also a proud member of the Latin Chamber of Commerce, right?
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes, confirm.
Confirmed. Excellent. So what is experiential marketing? What does that mean? It's a big fancy word. What does it mean in a nutshell?
Really, what experiential marketing really means is just having an experience. It's really getting consumers engaged with the actual brand itself. It's really, via activations, via community engagements.
Okay.
It's all about the experience.
It's all about the experience, getting your marketing experiences, essentially. What types of, for people who haven't heard of this concept, what type of experiences have you marketed, or what are some examples of what companies have done?
Yes. So we've done several outreaches. Like I mentioned before, experiential marketing, really what it is really having an experience with your consumer. So it's really getting the consumer engaged with the brand, with the business, and understanding the brand or the business. So we've done activations as in the entertainment business. We've done some, even so in the government affairs.
Okay.
So we've done different activations, and all of them have been, the logistics and the strategies have been different. It's just really understanding what the ultimate goal is for the company. But at the end of the day, it's just getting the audience immersed or engaged
Okay.
into the experience and understanding the brand and the company.
Okay. I noticed you call them activations.
Yes.
I haven't heard of that term used before. So what is, can you describe an activation for a brand?
Absolutely. So activations are really via live activations, event activations, where we go set up an event, have brand ambassadors. We speak about a product or service.
Okay.
And we are out there live with ambassadors, engaging, being proactive, and really just, getting the audience involved and into the actual brand itself.
Okay. So let's say I have a hypothetical company. Let's say I sell pools, right? I'm trying to sell pools, and I come to you and I say, how can I do this experience marketing with pools? Do you have any suggestions on what we could do?
And that's a good question, Mike, because I think we've seen experiential marketing a lot in the entertainment business and not really in the local community. And experiential marketing is something that every business, every brand can really benefit from. It's really just understanding what the consumer needs and what they're looking for.
Okay.
Who is your audience? Because we can take experiential marketing anywhere, really. And we can do an activation anywhere where your audience is at. And it's all about the logistics.
Gotcha.
What's going to create the ultimate goal to make sure we either get ROI, right? Brand exposure. I'm not exactly sure what the ultimate goal of the business would be, but it would all depend on that.
Okay.
Yes. So if they want brand exposure, then we would go out there. We would go ahead and implement a strategy to get that done.
Nayeli, in reference to that campaign, that activation, the same company I work with, Mike, he is thinking to fill the pool with water. I'm thinking to fill with beer. So that's different. That's two different things. No, it's a joke. No, the thing is, our employees need to be involved, or will be ambassadors from your side to get better results?
Yes. So all of our ambassadors are fully trained. They are, they're trained and they know exactly how to go out there, be proactive, connect, engage, and get the results done. So what we do is we take over a campaign. We understand who the client is, what their ultimate challenges are that they're facing, who their audience is, and then we go out there and we implement the logistics.
Okay. You've talked a lot about brand ambassadors. What are their function exactly, and how do they interact? What kind of stuff can they do?
Brand ambassadors can do pretty much anything. So they're humans just like you and I. Some of the things that they can do is from product samples and just giving you ideas of some of the activations and things I've done in the past. They can do surveys. We can get leads. We can go out there and promote events. We can promote a product. We can talk about a service, and so pretty much the things they do and the stuff that we can do possibilities are endless.
Okay, so say with the pool example.
With the beer?
Let's say we're going to fill the pool full of beer. That's a good idea, Carlos. I was thinking balloons when he was saying that, and then he said beer, and I was like, okay. So we got this pool filled full of beer. Let's say we're doing this in conjunction with maybe a home builder in town, and we're promoting our pool that we're putting in their backyards, and people that tour these homes can actually get a pool installed if they'd like, or get a quote for it or whatever. So the brand ambassadors may be there with them, maybe doing taste samples from the beer in the pool.
And
right?
see the size. And
Yes.
This is the adults area. This is the kids area.
Yeah, or wearing swimwear that's branded with the company's logo, or maybe they're on a lounge chair in the beer pool that they're swimming around.
Telling that will be your best backyard ever in any home you had in your life.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
that's the ambassadors they will pitch that sales, correct?
Ambassadors, yes, they will go out there. They will make sure they have an experience with the audience. At the end of the day, we have to make sure we understand what the brand, what the business goal is.
Okay.
If the business goal is to get ROI, then we implement a strategy to make sure that we get return on investment. If their ultimate goal would be just to go out there and speak about their pool services and let the audience know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the new pool business. This is our services. Then we would have ambassadors go out there, outreach the audience, talk about maybe packages and so. And we can implement different forms of strategies, as in like iPads. Maybe they can showcase products. They can, so the things, the strategies that we implement with ambassadors are different based upon what the goal is with the brand.
Okay. Interesting. So it's kind of the sky's the limit. Whatever you can create. If the business owner comes in and says, "I got this idea. We're going to fill a pool full of balloons or beer or whatever."
Balloons for the kids. Balloons.
Balloons. We'll keep it kid centered. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah. So we're going to fill the pool full of balloons. How do we do that? And we can have the brand ambassadors wearing outfits that had balloons on them, and it says like, "Ask us for more," about our specials or something of that nature, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, because I could see like a business doing a Halloween promotion, let's say.
Okay.
And then we hire brand ambassadors. We come to you guys and say, we want, it's vampire themed. So we're going to have this party and we want to hire a bunch of vampires to come and walk around and be able to like give out, I don't know, some sort of sample of our product and in a certain type of whatever. And we don't want you to talk. We just want you to hand them certain things or do that. You can instruct them to that level, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
And, and the good thing about this, Mike, is that, being able to like do an experiential marketing campaign really allows, the audience and the consumers to feel, to get the information offhand, to really get those questions answers that sometimes we have that we're not able to get in any other form of marketing outlet. Using an experiential marketing an ambassador team, we're able to get those, we're able to answer those questions. We're able to build that trust between the brand and the consumer. And I think that's extremely important because we all know that in order for a business to be successful, we want to be able to build the trust between the consumer and the brand. And that's something that we're able to implement and do with a brand ambassador in experiential marketing campaigns. It's not just the experience, but it's the overall experience for the consumers, just getting the information, being involved with the brand.
And also as a small business owner, you may not be able to get your employees to do this, right?
No,
I can imagine me telling my employees, I want you to dress up like vampires and you're going to do this and that may be a hard sell.
No, just put it simple. How many conventions you've been there where you go through the convention aisles and when there are employees, they're watching they're
looking at their phone. They don't want to be there.
Yeah, they're afraid to talk. So that's why it's important, the difference. That's why I ask you the difference between brand ambassadors and employees.
Yeah.
Because the quality, I will say the employees, they are really good what they do. But you have to do marketing, approach customers, or try to sell, or try to showcase your products. That's a different story. And maybe it doesn't fit for the employees.
Yes, true. One place where I've seen this implemented is, believe it or not, is on at golf tournaments. Oh, yeah. Okay, golf tournaments used to be pretty boring back in the day, right? Yeah, there was just nothing to do. Not today. Yeah. Now there's event tents everywhere along the course, and you don't even have to go for the golf. You just go for the events, and there's food and there's music. There was even one I went to where they had pools. They had people swimming. They had people partying and just having a great time. They're barbecuing.
Yes,
and promoting products.
Promoting products.
Every 3 holes.
Hole, yes, exactly.
Actually, you're right. Every single hole had it.
Every single hole. Yeah, you had the hole-on one. You had the tequila shot one. There's another one. Yeah, no, but yes, they promote everything. Yeah. And every single hole. So when you play golf in the past, was really boring. And the idea was just to be there.
They want to get more people to come and engage. And that's the point of experiential marketing, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's that is the ultimate goal. It's just getting the consumers, the audience, having that great experience, getting them engaged, connecting with them, and just getting those results done for the for the brands.
Now, how does it differ from public relations? Because a lot of people may say that sounds like PR to me. How is that? How is experience marketing different from PR, or how is it similar to?
Well, experiential marketing, it's different than PR. I think experiential marketing, it's more an approach directly with your audience itself. We understand, when we build a campaign, we understand really what the challenges are already. Just with the consumer and the audience. So it's a little bit different than PR because they're really just out there making sure that they're getting that ultimate goal done. They're giving those getting those message those getting those points across, and really just building those relationships with the actual audience itself.
Exactly. And for people who are listening that may say, I've never heard of this before, if you've been to a trade show, you've probably seen this, right? This is very common at trade shows. You'll see similar outfits worn. You'll see similar branding there's trade show models that are usually hired to do certain things. I was at one trade show and they had a motif of a spaceship. And so everybody was dressed looking like they were on a spaceship. And they were handing out tokens or tickets, or you had to ask certain questions of them. And it was an interactive experience in order for you to get access to the spaceship, which had their latest product offerings inside of the spaceship. So it was kind of a good thing, but it had nothing to do with their product, but it was a spaceship theme that kind of brought it all in.
Nayeli, the brand ambassadors is okay to ask for leads. For instance, if they engage with the public, and I need to know the phone number and the name, so let's say we had a pool company, but we want to sell pools across Nevada, Southern Nevada, but even though there are possible buyers for those homes, and we're showcasing our pools. But what about if they decide not to buy at that specific home site, and they buy across the state? Across the valley, but they know our brand, they like our pool, so they will require us. So if we ask the brand ambassador to say, get the names, get the phone number, and we are good, so they can do that.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is where we can utilize brand ambassadors. So they're not just out there like what Mike said. We see them at the convention centers all the time. Going out there doing these great experiences. That sometimes it's not a lot about speaking. It's just having an experience, right? But we can also utilize ambassadors and things like how you just mentioned. So we can strategize campaigns where we have them go outreach, let's say a certain community, right? That we maybe want them to buy, your services, or maybe there's different pool agencies out there, and we want them to buy your products. So we send ambassadors out to that community. We explain your products and why it's different than the other companies, and we make sure we get leads, and that's something that we can do as well. So the great thing about experiential marketing is that we can pretty much do anything, from getting leads to just setting up an experience to just getting people in costumes.
Yeah. And represent well your company. So because that is part of your brand. When you get something, people will remember, and they will say, "Oh, I remember that." So
absolutely,
part of the marketing.
And any way creatively that you come up with, you and the owner strategize with, you can probably implement, because you have the people that you can put behind this. So you can say, "Hey, I want to have 10 people that we're going to do this with." How expensive is this? Is this super expensive to pull off, or is it?
It's it's not. I don't want to say it's expensive, because the value and the return and what you get by doing an experiential marketing campaign, I think have proven and shown a lot of success in every campaign that we've done. But it is not going to be,
cheap. Yes,
like
yes.
other marketing outlets. But like I said, the value that you get from doing an experiential marketing campaign is huge.
It's huge. I was at an event. It was for a floral distributor, believe it or not, wholesale floral distributor, and they had a lady there that was wearing a dress, but the dress was a table. Wow! So she was like inside of a table, and so she had food and drinks that she was moving around the room, and she was serving people off of her dress. Wow. Which was really kind of a cool experience, and there was music going and stuff, and that's what we're talking about here, is something that's different. It's got to be different, right? Yes. And it's employing people, so human capital to do this. You can have them dress how you need them to dress. You can have them talk the brand or whatever, and she was handing out some kind of a raffle that they were doing for the night. So if you took a piece of food or a drink, you got a ticket that you could win the raffle later on. You know.
Oh, and also you will remember that particular event in
Absolutely.
the company because of that lady. So
Yep.
that's important experience in marketing. We agree?
Yes. You will be more likely to remember
Yeah.
that experience.
That experience.
Because I remember another experience. I was in another gal at the same team, but the lady has her dress all full of those the champagne glasses all around the cocktail. You can pick whatever you want. I picked for the front. So.
Thank you, Carlos, for sharing that.
It's a drink.
It's a drink. Well, any final words on the topic on experiential marketing?
No, I think that this is something that maybe small businesses are not implementing now, but I think we have seen so many different forms of marketing outlets out there. People want to know more information, and a lot of the times we just, we as consumers, we have questions. And I think experiential marketing is a great way to outreach the community, your audience, your consumers, and really get them involved and build that trust and relationships.
Let me ask you a question, Nayeli, because usually, and Mike, tell me, jump in it if you don't agree, is that we had the community, we had the big companies, corporations, trying to reach the Hispanic market, let's say. So you do the experiential marketing in Spanish, so they give the results they are looking for, these corporations, right? Correct?
Yes. So cultural background, everything matters when we implement strategies with experiential marketing because we want to make sure they're connecting with your audience. It's all about what the audience wants.
It's a personal connection.
Correct. So we're able to implement and do those type of strategies to be able to go out there and outreach those communities, Latino communities, and utilizing ambassadors that speak their language and have that same cultural background to be able to make those connections.
Great.
So, and another question. Yes, in your experience, experiential marketing in our community, business community at large, Hispanic, non-Hispanic, Asian, what size of company they are using this type of services you provide? Is about 100 employees or more, or there are small companies like 5 employees or pretty much average 5 employees, they can use your services, or need to be higher employee base?
I think, Carlos, anyone can benefit from utilizing an experiential marketing ambassador, street teams, models campaign, because really, a lot of the time, small businesses, maybe all they want is just to have exposure, right? Maybe they just want someone to
Maybe they're
know
new
that.
and launching something.
Correct. Maybe they just want someone to know that they just opened, that they just actually, I am working on an outreach, a community outreach now, where it's a new facility that is opening, and they just want to outreach the community nearby and let them know that they're open. So anyone can do this. It doesn't matter if it's a small company or a big company.
Okay.
So chances are, if you're a small business owner, you probably haven't utilized this like you should. So how do they get in touch with you? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can look for me on the website, www.thepoolagencyusa.com. They can also email me at Nayeli, nalleli.c@thepoolagencyusa.com, or they can contact me directly via a phone number.
Okay. What's your phone number?
At 702-863-8512.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much for being on the show with us today. We appreciate it. Good talk about experiential marketing. I have a better grasp on it now.
I do, because sometimes, there are different topics on marketing, but this is really important.
Yep. And we had a great pool idea today too, so you may want to implement that.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
Throw Carlos a little love if that goes through. So.
Thank you for having me.
And once again, this has been the Biz Life Podcast, where the Small Business Education Program studios here at UNR Extension. And thank you again, Carlos, for being here with the Latin Chamber.
Thanks so much.
All right. And go do something great in your business today.